I wanted to show a new product, and it's called the cloth weight helper. I'm just calling it the cloth weight tool. I don't know. I'll think of something. But it's really simple tool. I can't hardly believe it hasn't been made yet. I looked everywhere. I couldn't find one. I just ended up having to make one. So you have an outfit, and there's pros and cons to using the Unity cloth. I want to go over those. I I like it on certain areas. If you are making an outfit or have an outfit to use, it's like this. It has a lot of detail. It's pretty nice. You're going to have a lot of problems. It's going to destroy all your detail work. Now, like I said, there's a lot of pros and cons. It destroys your mesh. That's horrible. The good part is it is fairly conservative as far as using resources. It does a fairly good job. Looks realistic. I like it for like a flag, or if I was just wearing a simple cape on the outfit, it would probably work out pretty decent on that. But for everything else, you're going to want to use Magica Cloth 2, or I am actually making a GPU Cloth Physics. It works great, but I did find a little bit of issue with it, and I'm fixing that. If it's not already fixed, this is January 31st of 2025. Give me a few days, I'm sure it'll be fixed by then. Anyways, so you have your cloth component. We're going to go over here and we're just going to reset the information. That way we know that, yep, there we go. That way we know we have nothing there. If it's black like this, that means that there is no information stored in any of these vertices. So that being said, let's go ahead and prove it a little bit here. We're going to select this little bit and we're going to max distance there. See, there's red. Now we know that for sure it is not good. How to add the weight helper. You right click on here and you can just simply add weight helper. After that is done, you can find your weight map. There will be a tutorial. I know I've already made it a few different times, to be honest with you, so I'm just going to link it. It's either going to be in the description or there's going to be a pop-up on the screen. It might be an eye in the top right-hand corner, or I don't know. We'll see what I can do. I'm not real familiar with YouTube like I should be by now. So we're going to click on our weight map that we created, drag and drop it onto here. Make sure that that is read-write enabled. I should show you that real quick. Read-write, it's right here. You check it to yes and hit apply. After that's done, you can drag and drop it onto the weight map spot. And over here you have, well, let me go ahead and show you. Click on show gizmo so you can see what you're doing. Now, as you notice, mine's a gradient. I did a gradient effect with mine, which I believe that's what I show, but you don't have to do the gradient. You can do it a different way. This way up here, it's still kind of tight. It doesn't really move a whole lot, but down here, it's just flipping and flapping all over the place, which is what you would expect. So, you can change this just like this. That way, if you don't want this to be completely stopped, which on my outfit you definitely would want it to be, make all the way down to 0. And then up here, or this bottom part, you can actually adjust it, to a lesser value so that it's not really moving very much at all, if that's what you want to do. There's the default buttons, which I normally have to about 1. I think that's, if you put it to 1, that should be exactly what you entered. That should be exactly how you have yours set up. I should probably change the default value. But anyways, then you can adjust your gizmo size, just like you would anything else. I keep mine about there. And when you're done and you have it exactly how you want, all you gotta do is hit set vertex weights. And it's done. You no longer even need this anymore. I'll have this link to go to my wiki. I'm gonna make a little wiki for it, or I might just have it go to, I don't know, I'll have it go somewhere. But when you're done with it, you can just click and hit remove component, because you do not need it anymore. You just need it just to set up your cloth. Now let's click on this to see what we did. That is the effect that I wanted, that I was aiming for, that actually worked. So if you do not use this tool, good luck. As you can see, this is really, really bad. The designers that made the cloth constraints, they were clearly very good with coding, nothing else. They knew what they were doing when they made this, and they did an excellent job, but they did not make any kind of tutorial or documentation on how to use the gradient tool. None on the paint, and none even on the select. You just have to figure it out. And from my knowledge, there is no tutorials anybody has ever made showing how to use the gradient or paint. I've seen somebody once, or maybe even twice, on how to use the select. And I just kind of figured it out, which I believe I showed you. You just enter in what number you want. And to do that on every single one of these, especially to have a nice, pretty gradient effect like that, you're going to really struggle. Really struggle. That is why I made the Weightmap tool, so that way you're not having to sit there and finagle with this thing like crazy in order to get it set up right. It's just a one-click and done thing. Some quick notes to go over is that whenever you are importing your mesh, let me see if this is it. That's the ground one. Here we are. At least for this process, you might be able to get away with setting this up however you want after you set that up. I'm not real sure. But either way, it needs to be a read-write. I say that, actually you probably don't even have to. That's just for Magic of Cloth. You might not have to have that done. But the optimized mesh, you put nothing, because the optimized mesh, it likes to delete vertices, delete edges, delete, destroy, and it leaves your UV map alone. That sucks because you'd need that information to be exact, or it will not match up and this won't work. So that needs to be set for nothing. And well, the vertices, which is normally right here, normally turned on, you need to turn off. Because again, it just destroy. That sucks. We don't want that. So as long as you have those two things set how I said, then this works perfect. After you set it up, save you hours worth of work, then you could probably just undo those and just go on about your day like normal, and it should just work just fine. But as you know, if you've ever messed with cloth physics, this takes a very long time setting up all that. And I probably spent 2, 3, maybe even 4 hours creating that cloth physics, that tool that I did. And it works absolutely great. It saved me days worth of work already. So hope you enjoy it. Let me know if not. And if you have any suggestions, anything that you want to add to it, that you'd like to see done, let me know. I'm always looking forward to implementing new ideas and expanding my tools.